review of the Badboy 4025. I bought it with the backhoe attachment, and I've got 89 hours on it as of now. I've got the Perry top, the insulated one. I've had no issues with it. I bought it originally for a 58-acre property we bought, and then my parents bought the property next door on the other side of the creek, so we're now at 150 with this tractor. I've had no problem with brush hogging, moving anything. I'm going to move my first 10 bales, round bales, large ones, next week when we dry out. That's the only thing I think I haven't really done with this yet. But it's been great so far. One minor issue, one thing I really don't like is it comes with a light bar, and they put the switch right there, right side of the driver's seat, and you know, it's, I guess, my fault. I've clicked it on, put my gloves or a tool or something there, and walk away, and I gotta jump the tractor in the morning when I get back because I forget to turn the lights off. So I'd love to see that in a different spot. But I am a novice. I don't really know a whole heck of a lot about tractors. This is the first one I've ever owned. I've rented a bunch, used a bunch, but this is the first one I've owned. As far as comfort and power, does everything. I'm digging out some low water crossings. I'm about 3.5 feet deep. It's had no issues at all. So nothing as far as power goes. I've used the box blade to put out 10 loads of 26 tons of rock for the driveway. It spreads it fine. Had no issues. I've had no issues with it at all. Anything that's not self-inflicted. I would recommend the quick attach system for the back. I don't have a garage or flat concrete pad. We're building a home up over there, and we don't have that yet. So they can make it a little difficult. So that may be just me, but I'm going to put the quick attach system on. I'll do the third function in the front for grapple, other tools. I've got a hay fork, pallet jack, scoop, brush hog, and 5-foot brush hog, 6-foot box blade. Drags a full load of rock, no issues. The only thing I really don't like so far would be the backhoe. Not that I don't like it, it's just that it's kind of a pain in the ass to put on. It attaches underneath all the way to the front, and you have to take off these bolts here, right there, on both sides. Take all of this off and reconfigure. It takes me, as somebody that doesn't really know it that well, about 45 minutes to an hour. It's just kind of cumbersome. I use it a little bit. I think it will come in handy, but for $6 to $9 grand, depending on where you buy it, it's a little pricey, and you can rent a lot of mini X's that are a lot more versatile for $6 to $9 grand over a couple years. If you really need it, like I'm going to give it a go here when we put the septic tank in. I'm going to dig the hole for that with the backhoe that I've got, see if I like it. If I don't, I'm going to get rid of it, and I'll sell it and just rent, like I'm saying. But other than that, it has done absolutely everything. The Perry, I think it's Perry, the Perry company is the awning cover, the insulated one. I've never had one not insulated, but I can say, working in 9,500 degree heat, that it does help immensely. I've beat it up pretty good, so it's pretty sturdy. I've try and reclaim as much grass as we can and get under those trees, and you whack it pretty hard sometimes, and it's held up really, really well. So that's about it that I can think of. I would suggest getting the pallet jacks if you're getting one, because it's probably the most versatile tool that I use outside the bucket and the brush hog, because we have about 90 to 100 acres of grass, between 150, maybe a tad bit less. But we're getting cattle in about 2 weeks. We're starting with our first 5. We're going to rotationally graze, and then sheep will follow. So not going to use it a ton, other than to just manage while we have a small herd to get going as we get bigger. That's about it for the 40-25 review. I love it. I don't think it's going to be underpowered for our uses. If you were doing something more commercial and you had this much, you may want something bigger. Or if you had really rocky ground or something, our ground is relatively soft. So it's fantastic. Any other questions, feel free to ask. Thanks.